Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Wednesday, December 9th, and this morning I am joined by Matt Schoolfield at schools_01 and Boomy at Boomy TCF. I am Zach Lilia at ZLilia TCF on Twitter, and the main page is at typical_Chicago. And this morning we'll be talking about the White Sox have made some changes. They've made a trade, and they also have signed a guy. So we'll be talking about that. Adam Eaton and
Lance Lynn.
And they got rid of Dunning, right?
Yep. Yeah. Traded Dunning for Lynn, yep.
Lynn, who is one of the best fastball throwing pitchers in Major League Baseball throughout the years. We'll also be talking about the Bears losing their sixth straight game. That is just awful to say. They started off 5-1. They are now 5-7. That is just awful to say. And we've got Tuesday night football. We also got a little college basketball talk, and then we'll be wrapping the show up with Boomy's Wacky web story. If you want to follow the main page on Instagram or Facebook, it's just type in Typical Chicago Fans. You will find us on there. Go over to the YouTube page, morning shows, podcasts, interviews, all those videos are on there. Please subscribe to the Typical Chicago Fans YouTube page. And then wherever you get your podcast from, if it's Apple, please subscribe, rate, and review. If it's anywhere else, just type in Typical Chicago Fans. You will find us on there. Go over to 26shirts.com, Chicago. I got my shirt on right here. Boomy's got his shirt in the background, like always. If you want shirts just like that, go over to 26shirts.com, Chicago. Use the promo code Typical Chicago Fans at checkout for 15% off of your purchase. Again, that is Typical Chicago Fans at checkout for 15% off of your purchase. We love everyone over there at 26shirts.com, Chicago. Boys, how have we been? We've had a little bit of a break here. We didn't have a podcast this weekend. We're back with the morning shows. It is Wednesday, like I said, so we took Monday, Tuesday off. How you been, boys?
Doing great, man. I can't complain. We're plugging through.
Maddie, not the same?
Not so good. Not so good. Every time we're doing this show right now, it's coming off a Carolina loss. So it was, the other last show was Texas. This show is obviously Iowa, and that meltdown that was. But I don't know, man. College basketball's back. Yay. Carolina sucks again. So I don't know. Chipper right around the holidays as usual.
Yeah, poorly planned for the show here.
Yeah, this sucks.
We try to
you
get you in all your emotions.
And your team is just I mean, they've got talent, but whatever.
But luckily, the other team you do not like is losing right now to Illinois, which is also a team maybe you don't like.
Yeah.
But
I hate Duke way more than I dislike Illinois. We'll put it that way.
But, boys, let's get into the first subject here. Like I said, the White Sox making a trade would have been Monday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
They make the trade for Lance Lynn to the Texas Rangers they
gave up Dunning and another prospect.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever. It wasn't like a high ranking. I think it was like 2019 second or third round, somewhere in there. So it wasn't like they were giving up a big time name for him.
I saw the guy was like projected like as a relief pitcher, like a middle reliever down the line.
Dunning, who is could probably have a pretty good career, maybe. But they are going for the sure thing right now. They're looking for the I've been seeing a lot 3 spot for Lance Lynn in the rotation. And he is, like you said, known for his fastball. I think I've seen like over the last few years he struck out more players on fastballs than anyone else in baseball. So he's going to be able to throw the heat. And it's a veteran presence for this pitching staff, and just another arm that they need.
Yeah, big power pitcher, kind of the Giolito mold. So I think it's a good guy to have with Giolito to kind of punch the 1-2 punch, and having those guys separated with Keuchel in the middle of them. You go righty, lefty, righty. Power pitcher, a little more crafty, and then back to another power pitcher. of a series, man. That's three really good arms to throw, and we all know how good that that lineup's going to hit. So I think it's a good move for him. Dunning, I think I kind of like Dunning more than Cease. I think a lot of people seem to still be more on Cease, and I think Cease could be good. Obviously, I don't mean to say that, but I don't know. Dunning looks like he might be a pretty decent pitcher, and it'd be interesting for him. He's going to get a lot more opportunity in Texas to, kind of get heavy innings, early, and I think it's probably a good move for both of them.
Yeah, it's like you said, man. It's just bolstering that starting rotation, and bringing in a guy that can just bring the fastball, and it'll be interesting to see. He's definitely in the later stages of his career. I'm not saying he's like 32, 33, but calculated risk, and I think it's a good risk. You never want to give up bullpen help, but you get a chance to bring in a guy who could be anywhere from your 2 to your 4 starter. You're going to add into that rotation that's going to take you. Hopefully into the playoffs next year.
Yeah.
And what's interesting too is I did hear on the radio, someone was mentioning that his analytic numbers are actually better than Giolito's the last 2 seasons. So it's interesting.
Yeah, he's a good pitcher. I think a very good pitcher if you're saying for a 3 spot. But they also made another move. Would have been Tuesday. They signed Adam Eaton to a 1-year, like $7 million contract.
$7 million.
Notable clubhouse fan Adam Eaton. I love the clip. I love the clip of Ozzie Gaines. Ozzie Gaines like nobody liked him.
It sounds like
Ozzie Gaines said nobody liked him. That was true. And you can say whatever you want. Maybe it's a new locker room. It's still the same Adam Eaton.
Yeah. I don't get it all. Like
it's Tony La Russa. This move is Tony La Russa 100%. It's a 100% Tony La Russa.
Exactly.
It's an extension of the manager's office in the clubhouse.
Yep, that's what it is.
Crazy. It's crazy.
It's got to be frustrating because, like, for a couple more $1 million, you could have got a guy like Kyle Schwarber. I know we're talking right.
Michael Brantley.
Seriously, there's so many better options out there that you're not going to have to, you're not talking like $1 million guy versus a $12 million guy. You're talking, dollars and cents to these, contracts. I just don't get it. I like you said, Matt, that's the only thing that makes sense is if it's, a La Russa guy. I think this is a stupid signing. I've yet to see anybody who likes this signing outside of Jerry Reinsdorf and Tony La Russa.
Yeah,
the guy seems to wear out. The guy seems to wear out his welcome, and it's another move that does not have, in my opinion, Rick Hahn's fingerprints on it. And it just seems like move after move. It seems like not slightly with the manager hiring, but between that and then this kind of acquisition, where it just doesn't feel like this is a Rick Hahn type move. And why are you cutting the legs out from under this guy? This guy's been the key cog to building this whole thing. So let him keep going with it. Rick Hahn knows exactly what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, and like you said, just a move that was a little confusing. It didn't make much sense. I mean, Adam Eaton hasn't had that great of years the last few years anyways, so I don't really get that. But I guess we'll see.
There's other teams making bad moves too. I just saw Carlos Santana signed a $17 million deal in Kansas City. That guy's not worth $17 million.
But
wouldn't you just wait to see the market set itself a little bit for that before you make a move like that? Like, I don't know.
Baseball it just kind of makes me sad right now. Not a lot going good for the Cubbies, so that's
Well, we're a small market fan, dude. We're a fan of a small market team. So we just got to take the scraps that our owners give us.
I'm not going to get into it right now, but the Cubs division, pretty much everyone's down, so maybe we still have a chance.
Yeah, everyone's either trying to.
So fucking be really good and take advantage and steamroll through a division.
No, we're just going to get rid of everybody.
I mean,
everybody's either shedding salary or they're the Pirates. Yeah. So
we'll get into that more at a later date. But let's get in. This is going to suck. Bears lose sixth straight game. Sixth straight game. That is insane. that we started off 5-1. The hope, I know it was like, yeah, whatever. You think this isn't the best 5-1 team, but you didn't know it was one of the worst. They lose 6 straight. They lose to the Lions on one of I don't even know what the thought process was there. Why we weren't running the ball. We've been running the ball well the whole game. We stopped in the second half, it seemed like. I don't get it. I didn't. The bad part is we looked like a pretty good team for a little bit of that game, which is what's sad.
Yeah, offense played okay.
You score 30 points with that defense, you should be able to win a game.
Yeah,
absolutely. It didn't make any sense. I know what you want to say about Mitch, but I feel bad for the guy in a way, but also he's had plenty of chances. I mean, even some of the throws he was making, it was like, where are they
fumble,
going?
You can't have the fumble.
No,
you can't have the fumble.
Why?
You got to have a little bit more pocket. Well, you ran the ball down their throat all game, so of course you stop when you should be trying.
Yeah, when
to
you need to, when you want
eat a little clock up.
You want to eat some clock up, maybe make him take some timeout, something. But no,
or
we try to throw the ball and we fumble it.
Maybe give them the ball inside their own 50 instead of inside your 10, and whatever. But hey, season's over. It sounds like the Matt Nagy and Pace era is about to be over, is what it's indicating. And
that's what sucks about the Bears' whole situation is it'll never end when it should. It's going to drag out till the end of the season. It's going to drag out into the off season. Hopefully, you never know. You just never know what the decisions will be from this organization.
Well, it's got to start all the way up top. It's got to be Ted Phillips has got to go. It's got to be a organizational, philosophical change from the top down, because it always seems like they're like 5-10 years behind on everything from, just the product that's thrown out on the field, the game plan, the attack, the structure and building a team. It's just getting so frustrating to watch year in and year out.
Yeah, it's tough. No, I don't know what you do. I don't know where you're going to get a quarterback from. Nick Foles isn't the answer. Mitch Trubisky's not the answer. I don't know what the answer is right now. And as of right now, it doesn't really matter because the season's over with. You can say whatever you want. Yeah, there's a lot of playoff spots available. The Bears will not be in the playoffs. It's just no, it's not going to happen.
In the hunt.
You can't lose that game at home to the Lions. You can't lose that game at home to the Lions in that situation.
No, not when you got games with winnable games the rest of the season too. I mean,
whatever.
It's
I'm
not like
Shut
Shut
up.
I hate you, Boomy.
I'm over it. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We had some Tuesday night football.
I can't wait till they lose in just fantastic fashion.
We had Tuesday night football. The Ravens beat the Cowboys 34-17, snapping their 3-game losing streak. But
big win.
Me and Boomy are watching the game. And what's up with Ezekiel Elliott? Like, what? That's insane. Like,
he's not good.
He got paid so much money.
I mean, 77 yards on 18 carries. Like, and don't get me wrong, that offensive line is not good, but
he got a big contract.
They're missing 2 Pro Bowl offensive linemen.
And
I don't mean to say that it's not. Some of it's not on him too, because
he hasn't looked explosive all year.
Like, I don't know if you saw the end. They were down. I want to say they were down 17 at the end, and then they gave him the ball 3 times inside the 5, back-to-back runs, and he got stuffed at the 1, the 2, and the 2 on three straight runs. And if you're a top flight running back in the NFL, can't happen, man. You can't take 3 cracks at the goal line from short yardage.
Did he get a big contract? That's what I thought he got paid.
Yeah, they got to give Dak one now too.
Yeah, is he supposed to be back this year?
Prescott, no, he'll be. I believe he'll be back at the start of camp.
Never mind. That was a Tony Romo.
His leg
was Tony Romo brain there.
It's just a sprain.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, just a sprain. Remember that.
But let's talk about that. Did you guys see Alex Smith's leg just like gushing blood.
Oh, it just shows you how much Ron Rivera hates.
But also, he still got that. He still got that throw there. I mean, he's still a decent quarterback. I'll take him.
The Steelers are the biggest fraud 11-0 team I've ever seen, and it just got proven by the Washington football team.
All I'm going to say about Washington is Terry McLaurin is a goddamn. That guy is unbelievable.
Stud.
Unbelievable wide receiver there, man. That guy's very, very good.
But we got ourselves some Tuesday night football. We'll be talking about all of Week 14 on tomorrow's show. We'll have our NFL pick show, which I have heard information that I actually won this week, which didn't matter.
You and Matt tied this week.
Well, let's go, Maddie.
You and Matt went
let's go, Maddie.
2, and I went 3.
We know what we're doing.
Wait, what? What?
You guys tied for. You guys beat me this week in the pick show. You guys went 5-2. I went 4-3.
5-2, 4-3. Got it. Just tabulating in my head. I got to figure out what number I got.
You're at 39, 38, and 1. I'm at 45, 32, and 2, and Zach is below you.
But hey, we won this week, Maddie. That's all that matters this week.
There's a chip in a chair. I got a chance. All right, we got playoffs. We got a bunch of wild card games to pick. We got a bunch of divisional playoff games to pick. The season is far from over.
It's not over yet, but like I said, we'll have all the picks on tomorrow's show. But let's get into a little. We got college basketball. A lot of big games on Tuesday night. There we had Iowa and North Carolina, which unfortunately ended badly for Maddie. And then we have Duke, Duke, Illinois, which Illinois is leading right now, and it's the Big Ten ACC showdown, which the Big Ten is winning right now 2-1 before this game is over with Illinois and Duke. But boys, what are your thoughts on this weekend in college basketball and just the overall? It's been a great season so far.
Kentucky stinks. That's my biggest takeaway.
Maybe Duke does too.
They're
Duke isn't very good either. Carolina's not. Well, I think Carolina's better than Duke and Kentucky both right now. But Iowa's a good team. If they're going to shoot like they did tonight, and Bohannon's going to hit whatever 8 or 9 threes, and they hit like 15 of 39, something like that from 3.
How is he still in college? I feel like he's been at Iowa.
That guy's been there forever, dude. I think he got a medical red shirt 1 year. I think he got a waiver for this season after the COVID year last year. So I think he's a 6-year guy essentially.
Jesus,
it's nuts. And Garza's a beast, dude. That guy's unstoppable.
Oh yeah, he's an animal.
He's a truck.
It's there's so much good stuff going on right now. Talking even locally, Illinois obviously having a good year, but UIC, keep an eye out. First-year coach from the Illinois Valley area, Luke Yaklich, has got the Flames sitting at 3-1. They did drop state, but another pretty solid team. Don't really want to talk about the Huskies right now because they have yet to pick up a win.
They're never going to turn their program around, are they?
The NIU had the scored in program history last year. Probably would have been the 4 seed in the MAC tournament. Would have a chance better than they ever would have. But obviously, Eugene Germain graduates, and he was
good
scoring freak.
He's very good.
Yeah, you might see league this year. I'm not sure who he got signed by, but it's going to be they still don't have a win and lost again tonight. They got smoked out at Pittsburgh. They're supposed to get smoked. It's an ACC school or Big East or whatever Pittsburgh is now. But yeah, they're not going to get it turned around for a while, I don't think, unfortunately. But Loyola's another team need a pretty good squad this year. Tonight they do play Chicago State, who might be the worst team in college basketball.
Repeatedly, they're terrible every year.
I can't believe how a team in Chicago can't recruit. But that's another story.
Like there's got to be a couple kids from the public league that just stumble onto your campus that are really good athletes.
What you do is you go in and you get like the second and third best player out of like Morgan Park and Simeon and Curie or all these teams that are winning state championships, you go and pluck the second guy, the third guy, put their foot in the door. I think it is going to start to make a turn. Nick Irving, who was the coach at Morgan Park, who's now an assistant at Western, his brother just took over the program at Chicago State. So we'll see if he can get BS kids in. We always cheer for the state schools, Western should be better. Eastern's kind of down. Southern, I don't know much about, if I'm being honest. Illinois State's not that good either, but Illinois.
Chicago State is such a good school.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get a great education when you go there.
And that gym is very nice. I was lucky enough to manage a couple games there, and it's a beautiful little arena. And
you got to feel like there's some money in the boosters there.
You would think so. But, yeah, I mean, and even, not here in the state of Illinois, I mean, Wisconsin and Marquette are both ranked in the top 25, played one of the best games of the college basketball season so far this past weekend on that, buzzer beater tip in from Marquette. But there's some really, really good basketball teams. And I know there's top 25, but, man, some of those ones between 20 and 40 are kind of interchangeable right now if you go and look at, the power rankings, because any team can lose on any given night. The only team I think that's not going to get a whole lot of a challenge is Gonzaga. And they're going to lose games. They're going to lose to St. Mary's. They're going to lose to BYU. But other than that, man, any team can be beaten on any night.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's been an exciting college basketball season. It's kept us entertained with just having that in football right now. So you can't ask for much more from this season.
And even that with college football, we'll talk about that another day. But holy cow, is that spiraling out of control?
Yeah, so
it is.
Hopefully we don't start to have that. I don't think we will have problems like that too much in college basketball, but you never know. Boomy, do you have a wacky web story for us?
I sure do. And where does Elf, the movie, rank up for you guys on Christmas movies?
One of the best.
In your top Christmas movies. Yeah, Maddie?
I'll throw it in the top 10.
Okay. I think it's, reasonably top 10, top 15. I think it's a little overrated, but just my opinion. But
is that why you just brought this
good,
up?
Heartwarming.
I'm just gonna sidebar, Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger is better.
Criminally underrated movie.
I totally agree.
Move on.
Criminally underrated. But it has to do with the movie and how Buddy the Elf, was going to meet his dad for the first time. A man, Doug Henning, wore a suit that looked exactly like Buddy the Elf to the airport the other day, and it wasn't just, some stooge out there. He was actually going to meet his father for the first time in his life, and I believe he's in his 30s or 40s. It doesn't say his exact age, but he was meeting his dad for the first time. They had met on Zoom, and he was able to fly to Boston to meet his son. But he's definitely, I like in his Buddy the Elf suit. If you get a chance, go look at the picture. It's a little hard. He's got a little sign that says dad on it. So kind of a good heartwarming story. In these troubling times.
In 2020, we all need a good story.
43 years old, and he just gets to meet his dad for the first time. So why not show up like Buddy the Elf?
Might as well have an
awesome
fun in your life. Good for you. I don't mind it at all. I don't hate
it.
It's
good. Hey, it's a good way to end the show.
Absolutely. And another one, especially if you're a Purdue hater, Purdue men's basketball was up 32-14 at half. They lost 58-54. Yikes.
But yeah,
in the second half. Holy smokes!
On tomorrow's show, we'll be talking about the Week 14 games. We'll be having our pick show like we always do. We'll be talking a little bit of college football. Like we didn't get to that, but we're gonna get into that tomorrow. We got it. Ohio State and Michigan has been canceled, so we're gonna see.
Michigan was probably just in there coughing each other's faces, so they didn't have to play that game. They were gonna get steamrolled.
Oh yeah, so Ohio State's gonna try and find somebody they can play. We'll see, or if they can maybe get into the Big Ten tourney, which I still think they deserve.
No. Rules are there. Rules exist for a reason. You got to follow rules.
I will talk.
I'm all for Ohio State finding another game, but it cannot count in the Big Ten standings. Therefore, the rules state Indiana must play for the Big Ten Conference title game.
See, I get why Maddie's doing this. I get why
rules.
Maddie's
We'd
doing
all be
this.
monkeys in trees flinging our poop at each other. In the words
Come
of
on.
Red Form.
You need rules. You need rules.
Yeah, I get why Maddie wants it. I get it. But I still think they're a very good team.
I just want to see Indiana in it.
We'll get into that tomorrow.
You got to have rules.
We'll get
It's
into
the
that
bottom
tomorrow,
line.
though. But thank you to Matt Schoolfield at schools_01 and Boomy at Boomy TCF for joining me. I am Zach Lilia at ZLilia TCF. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, follow us on there, Typical Chicago Fans. Go over to the YouTube page, subscribe to the YouTube page, Typical Chicago Fans. And then wherever you get your podcast from, if it's wherever you listen to podcasts from, if it's Apple, please subscribe, rate, and review. If it's anywhere else, just type in Typical Chicago Fans. You will find us on there. Shadow26shirts.com. Chicago. Use the promo code Typical Chicago Fans at checkout for 15% off of your purchase. Anything else, boys?
Hey, let's have a beautiful Wednesday. We're halfway to the weekend.
Almost there.
Let's go. This has been the TCF Morning Show, Wednesday, December 9th. We love you all.
Peace.